Hey, welcome back, Intermediate Algebra. So our second one of perfect squares is taking the perfect squares intro just to a little bit deeper depth. Now, remember in the first one, I told you you're looking for the square root of this number, only before it was just an x squared, and it was really easy. It was just the square root of x squared is just x and x. And you knew that the square root of 100 was 10 and 10. Well, you might also realize the square root of 81 is what? 9. So really, the square root of 81x squared is 9x, and the 10 is 10, and 9x plus 10. Now, sometimes I hear from students, okay, Mr. Anderson, I get that now, and I get where you take this and you take this to get to here, but I don't get why that equals 180. I mean, well, why does that happen? And so I thought I would just show that one time. Not that you need to do this part, but I thought I would show why it equals that. In order to do that, you know that we would take 9x plus 10 times 9x plus 10, and we would draw our generic rectangle. So I will draw that generic rectangle and fill it in. 9x times 9x is 81x squared. You'll notice that's what this equals. 10 times 10 is 100, which is where this one comes from. Now, 9x times 10 is 90x, and this 9x times 10 is 90x as well. Since these two are like terms, we add them together. 90x plus 90x is a grand total of 180x. That's where it comes from. So that's why this answer here just turns out to be simply 9x plus 10, because we've got two of them, it's to the second power. Hopefully that makes better sense to you. So now we're going to take this to a deeper level. Do you remember a few cons ago when I said, what is the first thing you should always look for in any quadratic? You should see, is there a number that they have in common? Well, in this one they didn't. In the last few I've gone through, they haven't had one, so I haven't gone through that. But look at this one, okay? On this one, you'll notice that is not a perfect square root. This is not a perfect square root. You could do diamonds and rectangles, and you would eventually get to the right answer if you did everything correctly. But there's a number of ways you can make mistakes along the way. My first thing is, if you look, is there anything these three have in common? You might go, well, can I divide them all by 3? And the answer is yeah, you can. So if you divide them all by 3, you will notice you have this left over. That right there, my friends, is a perfect square again, where x squared is x. Square root of 25 would be 5. Do we need it to be a positive 5 or a negative 5? Because that's a positive 10x, it needs to be a positive 5. So how do we write our answer for this one? We write it as 3 in front of the parenthesis, and then we've got the x plus 5, and we've got 2 of those, so it's to the second power. Again, I'm here to help you on Google Hangouts. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.